Welcome. The denial of death, how fear of dying controls everything you do. Steve Jobs stood in front of Stanford graduates in 2005 and said, "Remembering that you are going to die is the best way to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose." Beautiful words. Inspiring, even. But here's what he didn't say: every single thing you do is designed to help you forget you're going to die. Your career, your relationships, your religion, your legacy, even watching this video right now. All of it, every human behavior, is ultimately about denying one simple, terrifying truth: you will cease to exist. Today, we're exploring Ernest Becker's masterwork, The Denial of Death, the book that won a Pulitzer Prize for revealing the most uncomfortable truth about human existence. Warning, this will change how you see everything. The terror. Here's the problem with being human. We're the only animal that knows it's going to die. A lion doesn't lie awake at night thinking, "One day, I won't exist." A bird doesn't have an existential crisis about mortality. But you do. Anthropologist Ernest Becker spent his career studying one question: why do humans do what they do? His answer, published in 1973, everything we do is a defense mechanism against the terror of death. Think about it. Why do we crave fame? To be remembered after we're gone. Why do we have children? To continue existing through them. Why do we build companies, write books, create art? To leave something behind. Why do we believe in heaven, reincarnation, or an afterlife? Because non-existence is unbearable. Becker called this the denial of death. We can't consciously think about death for more than a few seconds without our brain creating elaborate distractions. So we build entire civilizations as monuments to our terror. Sigmund Freud recognized this too. The goal of all life is death, he wrote. But we spend our entire lives running from that goal. The real-life example, Pharaoh Khufu. Let me give you the most extreme example in history, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Pharaoh Khufu was the most powerful man in the ancient world. He had everything: wealth, power, armies, women. But he knew something that terrified him: all of it would end when he died. So he spent 20 years and the labor of 100,000 workers building a 481-foot monument to himself. The largest structure on Earth for 3,800 years. Why? Not to be buried. To deny death itself. The pyramid wasn't just a tomb, it was a machine designed to make him immortal. The Egyptians believed if they preserved the body and built a grand enough monument, the soul would live forever. Khufu died anyway. His body decayed. His empire fell. But here's the thing, we're all building pyramids. The research, terror management theory. In the 1980s, psychologists Sheldon Solomon, Jeff Greenberg, and Tom Piskczynski tested Becker's theory. They created terror management theory, TMT, the idea that awareness of death drives almost all human behavior. Here's what they discovered. Experiment 1. Death awareness changes everything. They split people into two groups. Group A, write about their own death. Group B, write about dental pain. Then they tested their behavior. Results? People who thought about death became more patriotic and defensive of their culture, judged others more harshly, clung harder to their beliefs, increased desire for children and legacy, became more materialistic. Just thinking about death for 5 minutes changed their entire personality. Experiment 2. Judges and death. Judges were asked to set bail for a prostitute. Before setting bail, some judges were subtly reminded of death. Questionnaire about mortality. Result? Judges reminded of death set bail 9 times higher than control group. Why? Mortality reminders make us cling to moral certainty and punish those who violate cultural norms. The data is clear: death anxiety controls our behavior, even when we don't realize it. The Immortality Projects. Becker identified 2 ways humans cope with death terror. 1. Literal immortality projects. Religion, heaven, reincarnation, eternal soul, having children, genetic immortality, legacy building, being remembered. 2. Symbolic immortality projects. Nationalism, the nation outlives you. Career success, your work continues. Wealth accumulation, your estate remains. Fame and recognition, you live in memory. Philosopher Martin Heidegger called most people's lives inauthentic existence. We lose ourselves in busy work and social roles to avoid confronting death. We become the job title, the parent, the patriot, the believer, anything but the dying animal. Otto Rank, Becker's intellectual predecessor, wrote, "The fear of life and the fear of death are twins." We fear truly living because living means accepting we're dying. So we create heroic narratives where we're the protagonist who somehow transcends mortality. The CEO building an empire. The artist creating timeless work. The parent raising the next generation. The believer earning eternal paradise. All of it, elaborate death denial. The uncomfortable conclusion. Here's where it gets dark. If death terror drives everything, then your relationships? Often about avoiding loneliness in the face of mortality. Your achievements? Desperate attempts to matter in a meaningless universe. Your beliefs? Security blankets against the void. Your identity? A story you tell to convince yourself you're not just a dying animal. Søren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, wrote, "The greatest danger is not that we aim too high and miss, but that we aim too low and hit." Most people, he argued, live in despair, not dramatic suffering, but quiet denial of their mortality through distraction and conformity. So what do we do with this? Becker didn't give easy answers. But he suggested, awareness is the first step. Once you see that death terror drives your choices, you can make conscious decisions instead of unconscious defensive ones. Steve Jobs was half right. Remembering you'll die can free you from trivial concerns. But Becker revealed the deeper truth. You've been remembering your death all along, you've just been running from it. Every pyramid, every monument, every legacy, every belief system, every relationship, every achievement, it's all an elaborate architecture built on one foundation, the terror of non-existence. Does this mean life is meaningless? No. It means you get to choose what your pyramid looks like. You're building one anyway. Your brain won't let you stop. The question is, are you building it consciously or unconsciously? Are you chasing what you think matters? Or what you've been conditioned to believe will somehow save you from death? As Becker wrote, the irony of man's condition is that the deepest need is to be free of the anxiety of death and annihilation, but it is life itself which awakens it. You can't escape the terror, but you can stop letting it control you.